Brown, man. Listen, Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money. That's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Yo, what's going on after the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the Unified World Champion, Josh Taylor, and a Unified World Champion, Jose Ramirez. And these two meeting up to fight for Undisputed at 140 pounds. And this is one hell of a fight. This is one fight that I'm really looking forward to, man. I really want to see this fight. You know, they saying they targeting the earlier 2021, 2021. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a hell of a fight, dog. We all know Josh Taylor. You know, he defeated Regis Prograis to become Unified World Champion in a hell of a fight. You know, a fight of the year type of candidate. And he's been calling out, Ramirez. You know, Josh Taylor is one hell of a fighter. You know, he's one hell of a fighter. Let's get that out the way, dog. You know, I did have him beating Regis. You know, I know Regis felt like he thought if it was in America, he would have got the nod. But me, myself, I gave it to Josh Taylor. I feel like down the stretch in the championship rounds, I thought Josh pulled it out. You understand? He pulled it out. You know, I call a spade a spade. You feel me? And I was going for Regis. I'm a fan of Regis. But Josh Taylor, he's a bad boy. You know, I said he was going to win. You feel me? I said Josh Taylor was going to beat Regis Prograis, and he went out there and proved me right. You feel me? Jose Ramirez, one hell of a fighter. We know he beat Maurice Hooker, and he's a hell of a fighter, dog. We got to give it to him. He's a hell of a fighter. He became Unified World Champion by stopping Maurice Hooker. You feel me? But he's an aggressor. He like to come forward. He like to try to throw big shots and get you out of there. We know he trained with Robert Garcia. Robert do have him on point, have him ready to go. And it's going to be a hell of a fight, man. Matador versus Bull. But Josh Taylor can come forward on your ass as well. But, man, listen. Can't take nothing away from Ramirez. He's a unified champion for a reason. We got to respect it. You feel me? We got to respect it. Some people didn't like his last performance. You know what I mean? But things like that in boxing happen, dog. You go out there, you come forward. If you're a fighter, sometimes you go get hit more than usual. You feel me? And we got to accept it. Styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. That's why I feel like this guy right here, Josh Taylor, is, to me, it's the best fighter at 140 pounds. You feel me? I feel like he's the best fighter at 140 pounds. People got they reasons of not liking him and things of that. I got my eyebrows up a little bit on him. But at the end of the day, it don't take away what he doing that damn square circle and how good he is in the ring. You feel me? Josh is one hell of a boxer. He's one hell of a thinker. But the thing about him is he can fight his ass off as well. When it come down to it and it's time to fight, Josh Taylor will fight. You know what I mean? He will fight. And that's something you can't take away from him. That's something you can't take away from him. That's why I like the toughness in him. I really do like the toughness in him. You feel me? Because this fight against Regis Prograis, that shit was neck to neck early on. And then, Josh's boxing skills and his defense, while Regis was being aggressive, it played a big part. It played a big part, But him going up against Ramirez, he's going to have to be on his shit all the way around the board. All the way around the board. Because like I say, Ramirez, he bring a different kind of pressure. But even with him coming with that type of pressure, it can be dangerous for him as well, But Robert Garcia will put together a good game plan to try to attack Josh Taylor, to try to get to the body, to try to sit him down and force him to fight Ramirez's fight. You know what I mean? That's going to be the key. That's going to be the key. Can Ramirez force Josh Taylor to fight his fight and get him out his game plan? It's going to be a hard thing to do, but it's possible. It's possible depending on what Robert Garcia draw up. You feel me? Depends on what he draw up and what the game plan is. Because like I say, Ramirez can crack. He can crack, and he do got good pressure. And that got to be taken accountable for. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we know a great boxer will beat a great pressure fighter. You feel me? A great boxer will beat a great pressure fighter. And I lean towards Josh Taylor in this fight. Because one, Josh Taylor know how to keep the distance with his jab. He know how to work off his jab. He go to the body good. And like I said, he got underrated defense. Josh got some defense in him. You know what I mean? When the time get tough And if he need to slip and shoot a few shots, he know how to do that, dog. You know, he got good footwork in the ring, and he got a nice IQ. You know what I mean? All that taken to accountability is more than what Jose Ramirez brings to the ring, and that's heart, nuts, and a pressure style. You know what I mean? But what happened when that get negated? You know, could you make an adjustment? Could you box a little bit? Could you work off the jab? And I haven't seen that from Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that from him. That's why I feel like Josh Taylor is the smarter fighter of the two. You know, well, I know Josh Taylor is the smarter fighter of the two. Let me not, I don't think nothing. You feel me? And I believe that is what's going to win the fight for Josh. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a hell of a fight, dog. It's going to be a hell of a fight. That's why both of them are unified world champions, and this fight has to happen. They have to come together and figure out how to make this fight happen. Do not let it slip. Do not let this fight slip. You feel me? Because this will be one that got away. This is a tough ass fight, and it's for Undisputed, man. It's for Undisputed. You know, they both worked their ass off to get to where they at. Now, finish the challenge. You understand what I'm saying? Finish the challenge. You know, they talk shit to each other, went back and forth. We all know Josh Taylor won the Super Series. You know what I mean? That was a hell of a challenge. Jose Ramirez should have been in that challenge, but he wasn't. He stayed out, you know, and fulfilled his obligations. But nonetheless, he fought Maurice Hooker, who was the WBO world champion, and he knocked him out and took the scrap. You know, this got a good storyline behind it. We can build this. Well, I ain't gonna say we. They can build this fight, you know, and it'll be one hell of a fight, dog. It'll be one hell of a fight. You feel me? I know y'all guys like, you know, fights where you get a lot of nuts and guts and blood and gore, things of that nature. This is one of them. This is one of them because there's going to be blood in this fight, man. There's going to be blood in this fight. You know what I mean? That's why I want to say it, man. I don't want them to let this fight slip. They need to figure out a way to they said early 2021, figure out a way to stop this shit. Figure out a way to stop it and don't let it get away, man. Because like I say, they both want to go up to 147. You know, people saying, oh, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, you know, the winner goes up to 147. They there for Turnbull, Crawford, things of that nature. And that can be true. You know, that could be true. They could be grooming one of these dudes to go up to 147 and win this fight, you know, and say, you know, the undisputed champion at 140 comes up to 147 to face the former undisputed champion at 140 and Turnbull, Crawford. You know what I mean? People are already thinking that, you know, the 147-pound division don't want to fight Bud, you know. So this is the narrative out there. Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor are being groomed to come up to 147 to fight Turnbull Crawford. And it's a hell of a fight either way. You know, I think Bud's smoking both. Let's keep it real. I think Turnbull Crawford smoking both. You know, Josh Taylor is the tougher fight. You know, he's the tougher fight because he got skills. Like I say, Josh got skills and he's highly decorated. You know, Jose Ramirez just come with a pressure style. Crawford know how to negate that. You know what I mean? With a jab and movement, turning them. You feel me? I think the same way Josh Taylor go negate it. You know, with a high IQ. So I think Josh Taylor would be the smarter fight for Bud Crawford. You know, Ramirez might be the more exciting fight because of his style of fighting. But before all that, dog, they have to fight each other. They have to fight each other, man. And this is one fight that I want to see badly, dog. I want to see this fight badly. You know, when it first got announced that they were going to make this fight, I was jumping for joy. You feel me? I was jumping for joy because I understand how big it is for boxing. I understand what type of fight it's going to be for boxing. You feel me? I know a lot of people feel this way, feel that way, but I'm not going to, turn away from a great fucking fight, man. This is going to be one of them fights where we can watch over and over and we want to see it again. You understand what I'm saying? That we want to see again. Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. And the last fight from Jose Ramirez, it just solidified my pick with Josh Taylor. It just solidified my pick with Josh Taylor to beat him. Because Josh is going to be smart in there. He's going to be smart. But Jose is going to force him to fight some rounds. Down the stretch, when shit get tough and get going, that's when a dog will come out of both of them. That's when a dog will come out of both of them. And I still feel like, as much as Jose Ramirez like the pressure, I still feel like Josh Taylor got more dog. I feel like he got more dog. Regis Prograis wasn't no slouch. Regis ain't no slouch for nobody. He's a tough motherfucker to beat. tough motherfucker to beat. Just look at Josh Taylor's face after the fight. You know, you can tell he been in the fight. You feel me? So that gets all the credit in the world. And I'll take nothing away from Ramirez beat Maurice Hooker, because Maurice Hooker is a hell of a fighter. I like Maurice. I like him a lot. He gave me a shout out, and I respect him, dog. But if you had to ask me who's the tough of the two, I say Regis Prograis. I say Regis Prograis. You understand? Maurice can crack. Regis can crack. But I think Regis is smarter than Maurice. I think Regis is you got to figure him out a little bit better. We know Maurice, he's slack on defense a little bit. And that's my guy. But I got to keep it real. He's slack on defense. And Regis do got some form of defense, the way you just not going to come in there and just crack his ass. You know, you're not just out there just throwing to be throwing. You feel me? And if you put Jose Ramirez in the ring with Regis, I don't know if he beat Regis, to be real with you. One hell of a fight, but I don't know if he beat Regis. I think, in my opinion, Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis was number 1, number 2. However you want to flip it, put Josh 1, put Prograis 2, put Prograis 1, put Josh 2. But I always had Josh Taylor as the number 1 140 pound out there, you know, junior welterweight. You know, he just showed me more than everybody else. He showed me more than everybody else. And I still believe he possesses more tools than everybody else at the division right now. We know Teofimo Lopez saying he want to come up and fight the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, but he ain't going to get that fight. You know, only how he get that fight is Ramirez win and Bob Erm want to, you know, try to put him in the front foot of the division and make it happen. You know, and it's a possibility he can beat Jose Ramirez, but Teofimo can't beat Josh Taylor. I'm sorry. Teofimo Lopez cannot beat Josh Taylor. You know, he's a big guy, he's strong, he can take a shot, and you're going to need more than power to beat him. You feel me? I like the fight. It'll be a hell of a fight, but I think Josh, you know, will school the kid, in my opinion. He'll make it tough, but Josh will school him at the end when it comes to them championship rounds. You know, he's not going to wait like Lomachenko did. You know, that's just my opinion. You feel me? But Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, dog, we need to make a way. No, they need to find a way to make this fight happen. Sign it on the paper, sign it on the dollar line. Get both of these dudes in the ring with each other, because it's going to be one hell of a fight that we all will enjoy. You feel me? Until then, this your boy Monty. This the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App, TreyHafter52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, tell a friend, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share the video, and y'all know what it is. Big dog status.